Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hockey Happy Hour. We are live from the Real Talk Studios right here in Mount Ephraim, New Jersey. I am Matt Sassuti. That's Brian, the Darkwing Daily, right on over here. Here's the Penguin Lover, Michael Plankoff. Behind the board is Mr. Ryan Brodo, who is set for another torture session of the evening.
Hello.
And we have a whole new look to the set here. We got these nice new comfy chairs that we actually get to relax in and everything. And we got Mr. Playoff himself, Danny B, just right here chilling with us. Man, that's awesome. And we got
look who joined us.
And Recky's back finally.
Found him.
God, the whole crew's here.
Yeah.
So with the full deck, this is the Hockey Happy Hour on HCRadio.com, brought to you by Skizano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-889-3434, or visit them on the web at www.skizanosports.com. Gentlemen, are you excited? Are you ecstatic? Because guess what? Preseason's about to get started.
I was excited until that fly punched me in the eye. Jesus, where did that come from?
I don't know. There's just been flies buzzing around all day. I have no clue what's going on with it.
I mean, I showered. I'm good. I swear.
You sure?
No.
I know it's not me.
But still, though, are you guys ready? You guys excited? Are you guys titillated? You know that the hockey season's about to get started. Preseason's here.
God, yeah.
And you just tried to do the Karate Kid shit
Yeah,
right there,
was a
catching that fly.
I missed.
You begin a
I'm
lot.
kind of happy I missed because I'd have a dead fly in my hand and not know what to do with it.
Apparently, that's good luck.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there you go.
I like it. How's everybody been? I mean, it's been a while. I mean,
I
we got
know.
new couches the last time we've been here.
Not chairs, actually.
Or chairs,
but yeah.
excuse me. But
furniture.
Yeah.
We'll go with
But
the general term. Furniture.
Little new. We got some different jerseys on the wall.
We do.
You know.
And we still have that scumbag Shady on the wall, but that's
yeah,
fine.
for real. He is a scumbag. Only 4.5 points this week for fantasy football. Thank you for helping me lose that week.
I think we kind of dropped the ball here at A2D. We should have done a count for how long it would have taken before somebody actually decided to finally take him off the wall and burn it. We should have just had a countdown for it, honestly.
Don't look at me. If I made a decision, it would have been down like, I don't know, 3 months ago.
Hey, listen.
3 months ago,
hey,
probably like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You got the ear.
Would have been down
you
the day he got
you
traded to
got the
Buffalo.
ear to the man who runs the show. So I'm just saying, possibilities are endless.
I'll send him an email.
All right. So hopefully everybody has been patiently awaiting the return of the Hockey Happy Hour for the week. We did take a week off because the Eagles did open their season.
Yeah, we weren't going to compete with that.
No, we weren't. No, we were not.
Absolutely not.
And, yes, the Eagles were successful.
I didn't want to compete with that. I wanted to watch the game myself.
Yes. No panicking, though.
Poor James.
Fly, Eagles, fly, as they say. And they did. They beat the Atlanta Falcons.
I'm with you, James, by the way.
And,
I have the Ravens defense.
And fantasy is kicking off already.
Yes, it is,
and people are already miserable.
James doesn't want us to talk about fantasy. Let's not talk about fantasy.
We won't talk about fantasy, James. Don't worry. It's hockey. It's all about hockey here.
It's all about your boys up there.
Just for at least an hour and a half, fuck football. It don't exist. It's about hockey right now.
I don't know about that, but no. Just for this half hour.
That'd be
for this hour.
That's a lot coming from you being a Penguins fan. But it's like that's the one sport you don't want to get rid of right now.
Yeah, considering, Steelers tied this week to the Browns. I mean, listen, I'm not going to get into it, but as we posted on the station, at least we tied. We didn't lose. We tied.
All right,
okay?
so
it's not a loss.
We had many chances to lose that game.
We got a few comments coming in here on the YouTube. David Roscoe's already chiming in, and he's saying Carlson traded to the Sharks. We will definitely be talking about that, as that has huge implications for the Pacific Division. Not in a good way for Brian Daly over there.
It's all right, dude.
Hey, listen.
Both of our divisions are going to be tough this year.
No, you know what? I will say this, Brian. Welcome to our world.
Not
because we
division,
get to deal with the fucking worst division in the NHL.
I'm used to being a fan of the team that's usually at the top of division. Now I have to worry about Vegas, who just got Max Pacioretty. Fucking Carlson going to San Jose now.
Hey,
he's got a team. He's going to be on the same pairing with
Dude, listen, let me explain.
Brett Burns.
Dude, you got an ace in the hole. You got Luke Shen.
Wait,
You want me to just play us out now, Brian?
He's still in the
I'm here
league?
for you.
Yeah, please.
Oh, wow.
He's still in the league?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's
And
there
he's
for
wearing a
Brian.
different version of orange and black this time around.
Poor guy.
Oh, wow.
The worst part is he's going to be wearing a Mighty Ducks logo, too, because they're going to be wearing that logo quite a few times this year.
Yeah, he'll taint it. He'll definitely taint that logo. That is for sure.
It's at least 12 times.
That's,
They're going to
that's
wear
bad.
specific dates, have specific jerseys. They're going to wear every jersey they've ever had.
Oh, are they going to have the one where the Ducks
That's pretty
bursting
dope.
through the ice, too? Oh, yes, they're going to have that one?
That's set to be the third jersey they wear.
Oh, yes. That would be
They're
awesome.
going to wear them all.
I like where it's headed.
That jersey was interesting to look
Me
at.
too. Wait, which part?
Well, the jerseys.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that's pretty dope.
It's great. It's awesome. 25 years.
And then James Wilder chimed in, "Let's go hockey happy hour." What's going on, James?
What
and
up?
Rob Povia, the man himself, chiming in. Have a great show, guys. Thank you, Rob. We miss you here as always.
Yes,
Yes,
we
sir.
do.
And keep those comments rolling in.
Got some comments on Facebook now that we're going to mention it. Michael Chromiak, best hockey show in the business. Let's go. I can't disagree with that.
Hey, man, check out Lazy Booking right before us on Thursdays.
Our favorite Canadian, James Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
Love these guys. Let's go. Picking the Jets on our poll question, who will win the Central Division. Also goes on to say, fuck that pecker, Rene. Nice play on words. I love it.
That is true. The poll
Love it.
question was, who will win the Central Division? The Nashville Predators were thrown into there. So were the Winnipeg Jets. I threw in the Blackhawks just because I wanted to see if anyone would actually pick them.
Yeah.
And then other, which could mean any other team in that division, if you desire to choose so. Because we will be breaking down the Central Division and showing where we have the teams finishing, why we have them finishing there, and if they do get to the postseason, what exactly will they do in the postseason? Will they actually make a splash, or will they say, hi, stay for a cup of coffee, and then get booted out like we did this past season? Anyway, so.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
It happens.
A few more comments here real quick. Frank Vespi, ayo. Sorry to bother you guys at work. Got to go with Winnipeg, yada, yada, yada. Joe Thornton still sucks.
He didn't do it
Sorry
for
to
lazy
bother
booking,
you.
but he did it for hockey happy hour.
I like how he says sorry to bother you.
And he didn't do it for lazy booking. That's the funny part.
Tom Arnaud chiming in. What up, fam? Tom, what's going on, brother? Frank Vespi, free the gnome. And he also wants that Wild Wing jersey, as does everybody else.
Of course. Who wouldn't want a jersey like that? That shit's awesome.
Hashtag get my laptop to work.
Yeah. All right. So,
Damn Windows.
Seriously?
before we dive into, because we're probably going to wind up covering some of the news as we go along through our Central Division preview, I think it's time we want to dive into that.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, then. So, with that, we begin with our Central Division, and we'll start from 7, work our way up to the number 1 spot.
Oh, we're going to go backwards?
Yes,
All right.
we are going backwards.
I mean, 2 weeks ago, we went 1 to 7. Might as well go backwards. Change
No,
it up
no,
a
no,
little
no. We went from worst to first.
bit. Do we?
Yeah,
Oh,
we went
whatever.
worst to first. No need to change it now.
No, all right.
All right, so on to my number 7. My number 7 is the Chicago Blackhawks. I'm sorry. I threw them out there just because I thought, okay, I really want to see if somebody picks them. I really do.
Somebody will pick them.
Somebody will. I just want to know their reasoning why. And to be fair, yes, they still have Patrick Kane and Rick Taves, but it's not the same team.
Not at
And
all.
it's not going to change, I don't think.
That's
That team's probably going to be last place again.
Yeah.
It just sounds so weird to say that for consecutive seasons, considering they finished their last season as well, only getting 76 points last year, which
Yep.
is absolutely
Absurd
insane.
for them.
And it's like you think of the Blackhawks as this dynasty that went from winning 3 cups in the last 10 years, and now they're the worst team in the Central.
The window's
So,
closed. It's just
yeah.
it's that simple, you
Yep.
know. They made a lot of questionable moves in the offseason. Like, why are you going to bring Cam Ward? Do you not have the faith in Corey Crawford anymore? Are you trying to platoon him? Maybe
don't-
keep Corey Crawford a little more rested for the playoffs.
I really don't think
If
they
you even
ever
get
did.
there.
Playoffs.
Yeah.
But Corey Crawford performed in the playoffs.
Yeah, he has.
Oh,
showed that
yeah,
did.
he always
Absolutely.
did. Yeah.
And I liked to trade for Connor Murphy at the trade deadline last year to try and bring in a good defenseman. And they brought in another defenseman in Brandon Manning, so that helped solidify that.
But they're not going to be difference makers to
no.
make this team go from last to a
No.
playoff
But
position.
their defense is going to be their strong point this
Yeah,
year because the
absolutely.
offense, all you have is Jonathan Taves,
And then
Patrick Kane, Brendan Stott.
Mm-hmm.
After that, it's a lack of depth.
Yeah.
And it's against the Central Division who, other than Chicago, had 90-plus points.
It's tough.
It's going to be a rough one.
You got,
This is a tough division.
I honestly,
I think I have it rough.
Hmm.
I'm glad I'm not a Blackhawks fan.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
because they're going to be
Well-
irrelevant for the next
Few
few
years,
years.
yeah.
And I
so-
think they still follow the local blackout rules, so they won't even be on TV.
Yeah. That's fine.
Probably not.
That's funny. They're
They're
the only
gonna go.
ones
They're
that
gonna go
still
right
do it.
back to where they were.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Right where they should have stayed. But anyway,
That's fine. I the threat of not having just the name alone with the Blackhawks being in the playoffs.
that's got to be
Yeah.
such a
it's
relief,
just-
though.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh, yeah. For those teams, but considering what we have above them, it's like.
Well, you see, here's the thing, though.
It's average
We-
above them.
Yeah.
In my
Yeah.
opinion, except for the top 3 teams.
Yep.
That's true. It's weird. It's like the Blackhawks died, and in that vacuum, 3 teams
Yeah.
filled that vacuum. It's like, Jesus, that's how crazy this situation was, and that's how much of a dynasty
Yeah.
they were.
And they fell so quickly. Like,
They did.
They just tried to retool 2 years ago, just bring in a couple other.
yeah.
They destroyed whatever they had built.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially getting rid of Panarin.
Well, I think what they did
Yeah.
was they
That
tried.
really
Yes.
hurt.
You know what killed them? They panicked because they got beaten the first round as badly as they fucking did by the Nashville Predators. And I think they panicked and they made one too many fucking moves. They tried to get fancy with shit in the offseason. You know what happened? They fucked their team
Bit them in the ass.
at the end of the day. And it's like, this is what happens when you press the panic button and something bad happens. And the Blackhawks weren't bad at this point. They won a fucking division. And yes, they won the President's Trophy, and that's what fucking happens when you win the President's Trophy. It happened in Nashville the following season. But you didn't see Nashville trade away fucking everybody they had
Yeah.
because they got beat in the second round. It's like, what the
They
fuck?
saw the age. I mean, you had Patrick Sharp. You saw that the
Yeah.
age was getting a little older. They want to get a little bit younger.
Yeah,
I think they went a
but-
little too young, and they got rid of too many key pieces.
But
many-
that's my
too many
point.
veterans,
They
Yeah.
played around with it too much. I'm like, don't play around too much. You're playing with a double-edged sword there. Getting too young could make your team fall quickly because
Maddie, what's on your mind?
hey, listen.
Matty wants a quickie.
Hey, listen. Anyway, I will not. I will not say you're lying. But anyway, anyway.
gosh.
So with that, I have Chicago 7th. Do you guys have them at 7th?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
Okay, then.
Absolutely.
All right. So with that, on to number 6 in the division. Now, mine might be a shocker, but I'm going to put their rival. I'm going to put the St. Louis Blues there.
That's
I'm not
actually-
shocked by that at all.
Really?
That's-
Okay.
That's actually where I have the Blues as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the rest of these teams, they're just such strong teams, and I just see them being better
Because
in the division, especially.
I feel like the Blues didn't do as much. I think they're relying heavily on Tarasenko for one
Yeah.
thing, and at the same time, too, I think their goaltending is suspect currently.
Yes.
And on top of that, the Stars got better
Yeah.
in the offseason. The Avalanche definitely got better. The Wild are still good.
Yeah.
I'm like, these guys are too good.
Yeah.
I don't think St. Louis is going to compete with
Yeah.
any of them.
Well, it's not even just that. They did very under-the-radar moves, bringing in Ryan O'Reilly. They also brought in Tyler Bozak. So that brings in a little bit of depth to the second and third line.
Yeah.
But other than that, where are you going to get the offense from?
Yeah.
Jake Allen's out with an injury. He's going to miss at least 2 weeks in training camp. The defense is honestly the strongest part of this team.
Yeah. And
Absolutely.
It's
that-
not going to be able to carry him.
No, not in a division like this. And St. Louis at the same time, too, they're going to rely too heavily on Tarasenko. And I'm not saying Tarasenko doesn't have that kind of talent, but the thing is, like, that's one guy. Who do you got with him? Besides Stas. He doesn't count.
Stassi's not even there anymore.
No, he's not even there anymore. So there you go. That eliminates. That's right. He isn't there anymore.
Where did
But-
he go?
Did he go to Calgary?
No.
No. Where'd he go? I forget where Stastny went.
I'll look that up for you.
Ah, fuck. Where did he go?
Anyway, but I got your point.
Wasn't with the Jets, was it?
Maybe.
No, I don't think he re-signed there.
Really? Okay.
I'm like 99% sure he didn't re-sign there.
I could swear it was a Canadian team he went to.
He got traded to Winnipeg, and then he left there as a free agent.
Vegas.
Oh,
the
yeah,
fuck?
duh. I forgot all about that. I keep forgetting because they're in the fucking league. I don't know how, considering the fact they went to the fucking final. But anyway. Oh. Hey, they didn't win. They didn't win. So, I mean.
But, yeah, I mean, St. Louis is as much as I think they're staying pat. They're still going to win hockey games. They're still gonna give you,
Absolutely.
They're still going to give you 87, 88, 89 points this year.
Yes.
But they're going to be at the bottom of the barrel, and they're going to miss the playoffs because,
That division.
like you said, the division is stronger
Division
as you go
is
up.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's way too tough.
Because it was funny. I was looking at the Central, and I was thinking, like, okay, this might not be too hard to do. And then you realize what they did in the offseason. You're like, oh, shit. This became the Metropolitan of the West. Out of fucking nowhere it did. Because all the teams decided to get better at the same time.
Yeah.
But,
Gotta
yeah.
love it, though.
I mean, hey,
Makes the league better.
It does.
It does.
And I'm very happy I'm not in that division. But then I look at my division, and I'm like, well, fuck. what's the difference? You know?
Well,
Yeah.
what's crazy is if you look at this division and then you look at the Pacific Division, look at all the good teams. The Western Conference is just it
It's a
outmatches the
powerhouse.
Eastern Conference.
Absolutely.
It is
Now
absolutely
it does.
powerhouse.
And it's
It
crazy
was-
that
yeah.
the last 3 Stanley Cup champions were from the East too.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, now it's more of the Western Conference, but beforehand, you looked at one division is completely a no contest, and then the other divisions where all the tough competition is, and that has to be the one we are in.
Yeah.
But of
But-
16 teams in the Western Conference, of 16 teams, I can name 3 that will not make the playoffs.
And they're all solid teams.
Nope. Arizona, Vancouver, and Chicago.
Oh, because they're the only shoe-ins to miss.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone else is going to compete. Maybe Anaheim. We'll see.
Come on, man.
They
Have some
worry me,
faith.
and I feel bad saying that, but they really do worry me.
They got
this season.
their work cut out for them
Yes,
this year.
big
now.
time.
Yeah.
Let's just say Corey Perry has to score more than 10 goals this year.
Aaron Carlson.
That's all it is.
Give me 12. I'll be happy.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's-
So, on to our number 5 in the division. And this is where I'm putting the Dallas Stars.
I don't agree with you there.
Where are you putting them?
I'm not telling you where I'm putting them, but
Well,
I
who
got
you got?
Colorado in 5.
Really?
Yep.
I
They're coming
don't
off a
know.
big rebound
I
year.
think Colorado's better than Dallas.
I think Colorado is, personally.
Hear me out.
All right.
They added Ian Cole in the offseason, so that's
They-
going to help
Great
solidify their
shot
defense a
blocking
little bit.
defenseman, Yep.
Yep. So now you're going to have Tyson Berry, Eric Johnson, Ian Cole, and the crap is his name? Young kid, 23 years old. Nikita Zorodev, I think his name is.
Oh. Is it
That's your top 4.
Is it Zurabayev?
No. Zadorev?
Oh, okay. No, I know who you're talking about. These damn Robs at the end of the end of these Russian names.
Russians, yeah.
That solidifies your top 4 defense right there. And the addition of Matt Calvert's going to add a little bit to
Yeah, he's a
the
good player.
offensive depth. They're going to score a little bit more. But I don't like the goaltending situation there. Semyon Varlamov, yeah, he's a solid goalie, but you bring in Philip Grubauer, who's going to want to be a starter. So you're obviously going to platoon him, but that could cause a little bit of a controversy because you got 2 egos going up against each other.
Yeah, but at the same time, too, it could have the counter effect where one wants to outdo the other
Exactly,
and they put
where
on phenomenal
they're gonna
performances.
have to have
Agree. It
good
could happen
games,
that
you
way.
know?
You know, glass half empty, half full, whatever, what have you. But I don't see it working out that way. You got 2 huge egos going after each other. Grubauer just said this past offseason, I want out because I want to go start some work. I feel like I can be a starter.
Well, then but again, though, that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world because look at it this way. Again, I don't advocate platooning, but when the Flyers had Mason and Neuwirth and they were sharing games, Mason was kind of the guy out of nowhere who stepped up again because Neuwirth was consistently starting ahead of
He was
him.
going to take his job.
And Mason realized, oh, shit, I actually got to play like I did when I first started the team when I was a shoo-in to be the starter. And he managed to get us back into the playoffs because of that.
I mean, I don't disagree with any of that, but Semyon Varlamov has been the starter there for how long?
Oh, he has been
about
for
3
a
or 4
wh-
years
yeah,
now?
Yeah.
And now you're going to bring in another guy who says, I want a starting job?
Again, though, it may be a ploy.
It could go either way.
It
But
could
you know what,
go.
though?
I'm not saying it can't.
Grubauer has, considering last season where he started the playoffs for the Capitals, has kind of proven himself to be a pretty goddamn good backup goaltender. And
Agreed.
You know, like I said, I mean, I get your situation and I get your situation is, you know, these guys are definitely going to be battling each other, and, you know, it's going to be who's the hottest goaltender at that time, and obviously that's who they're going to ride with. But I still think that they're a better team than putting them at 5th. I have them a little bit higher. I also have the Stars as my number 5, so we might be riding the same wave here tonight.
Possibly.
But, yeah, so, I mean, obviously the Stars just inked Sagan today for a little extension worth $9.5 million per season.
Yeah,
well,
that's a
he's
little.
worth every penny.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
so, I mean, obviously he's their go-to guy. It's a shame that, you know, again, there's teams that are just slightly better than him. I mean, obviously Ben Bishop is still there. They have a great goaltender and everything, but just there's other teams that I feel that are more completely sound than, you know, Dallas, and that's why they're at number 5 in that division.
There's one specific reason, and when we go to get to that spot, I'm going to give you that one specific reason why I think Dallas is going to be better than Colorado.
all right, then. So with
Just
that.
tease you guys a little bit.
That's fine.
All right. We like teasing around here at A2D Radio.
By
And
the way, Christopher McQuaid wants to tear up your T-shirt.
That's fine. Have him come here
Since
and
I want a
do
closer look at that pen shirt, I have the urge to tear it up. Actually, he says the urge to tear it up.
it. That's fine. Come here.
did that involve a lot of U's and a lot of P's?
No, just
and
a lot
some
of
More
exclamation points?
P's.
Yeah.
More P's? Oh, okay. Just wondering. I don't know why. I just needed to know that. But anyway.
I
So.
think he wants it for himself.
Mm.
I'm just saying, throwing it out there. Closet.
He might.
Just kidding, Chris. All right, so
You-
we still on spot
you're
number
gonna
5, or
get
do we
him
move on?
shanked. Anyway. Oh, so anyway.
Whatever.
I'm going to get myself shanked, too, so...
No, you're not. Because when it comes to Philadelphia hatred, they only aim to the person who's wearing the enemy jersey. They don't give a shit who started it
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
He's going to get a couple licks, and then I'm going to get a couple licks for being that guy. You said I'm closet.
You that son of a bitch, you started it.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how the
But I'm a
phrasing
Philly
will
fan
probably
too.
go.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Anyway. Actually, no, because we're not Devils fans. There's no stabbings here.
True.
Yes.
Fair
So,
enough.
Moving with that, we go to number 4 on the list. And I actually have the Minnesota Wild here.
Wow.
Oh
Seriously?
my God! Is that we
I
say
swear to
that
God.
again? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
because I mean, I don't know. Minnesota's a tough team, though. I think Minnesota could go between 3
and wild card.
and 6 in that division. You know,
Minnesota.
So
They've been riding their wave on having a really good defensive team.
yeah,
They have their goal scoring with Zach Parise and the rest. And,
yeah.
but Devin Dubnyk at times has had his moments.
He looks like an all-star some weeks, and,
and
then
then,
other times
yeah.
he just looks like he could just be a backup.
Yeah,
You know?
which is what
Yeah.
he started as.
Yeah.
And that's the one issue I think hurts Minnesota in the long run. I think they probably might slip out of a division standing. I think they have a chance for wild card.
Yeah.
But other than that, though, I think they would have to compete with teams like Dallas for that wild card.
Yeah.
And we'll talk more about the Pacific Division when we roll that one around. And they'll have to compete with some teams in there.
Yeah.
But I don't think Minnesota takes a top 3 spot
No.
this year in the division. I think they come out this year.
I'm with you too, and Minnesota's always been such an optimistic team for me. It's like it's so hard to choose. Just like I said, they could be a team that last year they finished 3rd.
Yep.
This season they could finish 6th. I mean, it's just that division is so tight this year that
It is.
It was only between like 6 points between 3 and 6.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's actually okay. It was 9. 9 points between
even
3
still.
and 6. I mean, that's crazy.
That's
That's
just 3
5
extra
games.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. You can
it-
make that up with an
yeah.
OTL.
5
Exactly.
wins.
So I mean, it's just it's such a tight division. I think they're gonna just take a slight step back. I don't think they're gonna take a big step back. But again, like I said, they're just a weird team to me. It's just I don't know. It's just I don't know about them.
They're not mediocre. If they were in any other weaker division, if they were in the Atlantic Division, they most likely would be competing
yes,
for a top 3 spot.
absolutely,
But they're not in
absolutely.
the Atlantic
Like
Division.
I said,
they're in a tougher division.
Defensively, I like them more than what they have scoring wise. And obviously, Devin Dubnyk has proved himself as a starting goaltender.
Yeah.
But offense to me is slightly suspect.
Their defense is their bread and butter.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, they only let up 232 goals last year, which actually was pretty bad for that division. It was the second most in that division. So
Yeah, but at the same time,
they
though,
scored. They scored 253. So
But that's the thing, though. Their defense is still one of their go-tos.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, though, I just think Minnesota, they've been riding on that wave for this team for a few years now,
Yeah.
and they've had good success with them. They've been in the playoffs, but they've always – it's a shame, really. They've been missing that piece or two that could get them past the hump because the farthest they've ever gotten is the second round. They've never gotten out of it, and – it's a shame because there was at one point we thought if they played their cards right, they could have wound up in the Western Conference Finals, and they haven't.
when they went out and bought Zach Parise and Ryan Suter in the same offseason,
you thought
we would have thought, holy shit, here comes Minnesota. Like, they're going to make a big push, and it never really happened. I mean, Zach Parise's been a guy that's never been consistent once he left New Jersey because of all of his injuries. It's not just his gameplay. His gameplay's fine. But that's when he's actually on the ice.
To be fair,
He's
though,
always hurt.
in Jersey, though, he did have veteran players around him
Of
that
course.
elevated his play. Because when he was
Absolutely.
in Jersey,
he was in a good position.
yeah,
in New
there
Jersey.
were still guys on that team that were part of the Devils' Stanley Cup teams. You still had guys like Patrick Elias on that team.
I mean,
and you had Kovalchuk as well on there.
know,
and even though people can say whatever they want about him,
like
but still,
older veterans like
Yeah.
Gomez, Gianta,
Gianna wasn't on the team
You sure?
then.
I
don't
thought
thi-
he played a couple.
No, I think
seasons
he was
with
on Montreal by that time.
Oh, okay.
I think he was.
As far as Montreal goes, I actually do have them finishing in the top 3.
Montreal.
No, Minnesota.
Oh, I thought
Minnesota.
he said Montreal, didn't he?
Yeah, you said
Did
Montreal.
I say Montreal?
Yeah, I got scared. I was like, Brian, what's wrong with you?
Somebody verify that because I don't believe it.
Realignment. Montreal's now in the
mean,
Central Division of the
yeah.
NHL because fuck
I
geography.
thought he
That's
said
why.
Montreal. I got
Challenge
scared.
flag.
I got scared for a second.
Flag on the play. I'm going to challenge that. But anyway,
No, I
So,
think you're wrong, but all right, go
Minnesota, I have finishing 3rd.
ahead. Brodo's the ref.
You said
Yeah,
Montreal,
I
Brian.
mean,
I don't believe it.
That's
still.
a 5-yard penalty.
it's okay. We all make mistakes.
Loss of a challenge. I mean, he's got the white hat.
And
so-
he's going to go back. He's
gonna-
got to check the
He
replay.
actually is going to check the replay, isn't he?
Rolling on the field is
Go ahead,
reversed.
Brian, while we get the referee's review.
They are a really good regular season team because of their head coach.
Yes, Bruce Boudreau, yes.
We have a ruling.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Let's go, ref. We don't got all day.
Gianna wasn't on the team
sure?
then.
I thought he played a couple
No, I think he was on Montreal by that time.
Oh, okay.
I think he was.
As far as Montreal goes,
Sucker! Rolling on the field stands. Brian is wrong.
Touch. No good. No good.
I'll see you guys
That's
later.
great. That might be the best thing we've done yet on this show.
That's official. Brodo is now senior crew chief here.
I like
on
the
A2D
the
Radio
official review
for all
there.
decisions.
What up, Pops? What up?
We got Papa Klankov chiming in. What's going on?
Papa Klinkoff.
Says, hey, guys. What's up, Daddy?
So they still have Bruce Boudreau behind the bench. So he's going to be he's a
that's their
really,
biggest
really
problem. Bruce Boudreau can't get past a fucking playoff game.
good. In the
Really?
playoffs, it's a problem.
Him?
Yes.
No, not at all. Bruce Boudreau has
In the
no
playoffs, it's a
issues
problem.
He's a
whatsoever.
great regular
Yeah.
season coach, but
That's why they're going to
that's-
finish top 3. Also, because they extended Jason Zucker and Matt Dumba to 5-year contract, so that's huge for them.
Well, yes, that is huge.
That's going to solidify a little bit of depth and a little bit of youth for them. And the signing of, Matt Barkowski. That's big for them, too.
Yeah.
That helps solidify the defense, too. But you also got to keep in mind, Parise's still there. Eric Stahl is still there.
Yeah.
Ryan Sutter is still there. Devin Dubnyk needs to
Like
get
I
back
said,
to where he was 2 years ago.
The team's
Other than
good.
that-
It's just like I said, they've just always been a suspect team to me. Like, they have all these pieces, but like they just don't perform like they have all those pieces.
It's just getting over the hump. They
Yeah.
haven't been able to do it.
Absolutely. Yep.
And that's, again, habitual of Bruce Boudreau. But, but
Just real quick, I want to get a couple comments before we
Sure.
move on. Greg Malakovic chiming in on Facebook Live. What's up, boys?
what's up?
No.
I'm going with the Carrie Underwood connection and the Nashville Predators. Yes, I'm aware. Mike Fisher retired again.
Again.
Brett Favre in it. Adrian Barrett. If you haven't seen the Dallas announcement about Seguin's contract, you should. It's Super Mario Brothers themed and
Yes.
super creative.
Yep, I saw that on NHL's page on Instagram today, actually.
My boy Timothy Stowe, where have you been, dude? Ducks going all the way this year. I wish I could share that sentiment, but keep the faith, Tim, and I'll do the same.
David Roska chimed in Vegas. I don't know what that was about. Maybe about Max Pacioretty. I'm not sure. But anyway.
Probably Paul Stasny. But so obviously I have Minnesota in third, which means in fourth that's where I'm going to put the Dallas Stars. That's where I think that they're going to wind up finishing.
Yeah, I mean,
for obvious reasons.
yeah.
Seguin. Defense is going to it's that they have to play better, and I think they're going to. What is that face for?
No, nothing. I was just smiling.
He's up to something.
No, not me.
But they have plenty
I'm
of offense.
innocent. I have no. I have no like juvenile history. Yeah, I have no delinquency.
Here's the reason why Dallas is going to finish above Colorado. What is going on over here?
Brodo's looking at me he's just like, you're so full of shit.
You see, I'm with Brodo. I believe that.
Something's about to happen, and it's not going to be good. I have a bad feeling.
I have a very bad feeling, too.
I'll give it time. Show's young.
Valerie Nikushkin returning to Dallas is going to be huge for that offense. They were scoring goals, but they're going to score more now that Valerie Nikushkin's back. He took time, he went over and played in Europe. He grew a little bit. He matured a little bit as a hockey player, and now he's going to bring his talent back to Dallas. And they're going to be very close with Minnesota in third, but ultimately with Bruce Boudreau and being a really good regular season coach, he's going to beat him out by 2 points.
All right. So for that, we got our number 4s in.
And I'm sure we have the same number 3s.
Well, we'll find out in a minute, won't we?
Because there's only 3 teams left.
Yes. At number 3, I have the Colorado Avalanche.
Exactly.
And reason being I have them at 3 is because I feel like this team showed a lot last year.
Big time.
They lost a lot of people, and you thought, like, okay, this team's going to fucking blow. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, though, it inspired the team to get behind the talent that they have, the young talent that they have that showed a lot of life.
Yeah.
And, yeah, the goaltending, I can understand that being a heavy criticism, and I understand that point completely. However, though, I think this team, they got a taste of that playoffs, and I think it's going to get their fire going where it's like, we want it again. We want it again because, honestly, Nashville and them, they had a pretty tight series there at the beginning. And then eventually Nashville pulled away from them.
Yeah.
But Colorado did give them a bit of a run.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
I mean, I don't think people should sleep on the Avalanche here. I think the Avalanche do have the opportunity to shock again and wind up being third in the division instead of being a wild card this time around. And again, no offense to Minnesota, but I think they might have what it takes to, that fire, that passion inside of them, burn right through, get past Minnesota. I mean, Minnesota will be the first time they're – to be fair, it'd be the first time Minnesota's really being challenged for that third place in a little bit because the wild card has been so distant. Mm-hmm. You talk about the point differential; it's been miserable out there. Yeah. You see like 8 to 7 points in between the 3 division teams and the wild card teams. It's like this ain't even a fucking contest right now.
Yeah. So again, I'm with you. I mean, it's. I wish I was a little different tonight, but I mean that's exactly where I have Colorado as well. And McKinnon missed 8 games last season as well. So think about him playing a 82-game season.
Yeah.
I mean that just benefits them even more. They scored the 3rd highest goals in their division last year. Team's solid. I mean, absolutely. Got a lot of young pups and Rantanen, Landeskog as well as McKinnon. So I mean these guys they gelled pretty damn good together, and they proved a lot from being second to last season before to where they are now. I mean, it's a big jump. It's a big jump to say that they're going to stay consistent, but McKinnon's one of those I could take over a game kind of player. He's one of the best youngest players in the league that's leading a franchise right now. So to me, they are the 3rd best team in this division. Again, it's going to be so close. I mean, between 3 and 6, I think we're going to see, 8 points, difference between those 3 teams that they're so close. So the other 2, I think, will take off and,
Oh, of course they will.
We'll have at least 10 points on the 3rd position. But to me, I think Colorado's there, and I think they could have another good season. Like I said, let's see. I would love to see McKinnon play all 82 games this season. Hopefully no injuries for him this year.
I mean,
That would be helpful.
I agree with your points. I think these other teams all around are better top to bottom.
Yeah.
It's really going to come down to special teams, and Dallas' special teams is better than Colorado's.
Yeah.
I think Minnesota's is better than Colorado's. I think really that'll be the difference maker between these teams. Like, it's going to be tight from 3 on down, minus Chicago. It's going to be tight. It's going to be
St.
really
Louis.
tight division. I think St. Louis could be in that fight.
Well, I think if they're gonna be, it's gonna be at first, and then they're gonna start creeping away, and they're not gonna get back.
Well, like I said earlier, St. Louis' strongest point is going to be their defense. They're going to keep pucks out of the net. So it's just going to be a matter of how many they're going to put in.
Yeah, that's the big question. It's like if you can win enough 1-0, 2-1 games, then all right. If you can't, then it's like you're fucked real
Brian,
quick.
I'm going to give you a stat from last year, though. Avalanche finished 8th in power play compared to Minnesota's 18th.
What was the percentages between the two?
Let's see. Avalanche was 21%, 21.9, so 22. And Minnesota was 20.4. So, I mean, it's about 2%.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a lot.
No, it's not a lot, but it's a difference.
Just shows
I'm
how-
just trying to help
Team
my
five.
argument, damn it.
I understand. Hey, that's fine.
It's a tight division. We'll go
It's
with
a
Dallas.
tight division, absolutely.
All right, on to.
Dallas Stars finished 19th last season, too, in power play.
Yeah, but keep in mind, they also got one of their offensive powerhouses back
Oh, I know.
finally.
Oh,
So,
Okay, on to number 2.
number 2.
Number 2 on my list, Nashville Predators.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think they're gonna win the
No.
division this year.
No, considering Mike Fisher retired. Oh, Jesus.
I know that
Talent's still there, though.
Oh,
They still got
it
a ton
is.
of talent.
It is.
Oh, absolutely.
And they
But
lost that scumbag Austin Watson for about 27 games, too. So, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him. But Nashville. At the end of the day, the talent is there, but I feel like when it comes to their
Winnipeg.
when it comes to the comparison, it's like longevity is favoring them.
Yeah.
And at the same time, too, also, Nashville kind of is trying to stack the deck to desperately try and keep themselves relevant. Whereas Winnipeg, all they got to do is just let the young talent be young talent.
Yeah.
And just let it go.
Absolutely. I mean,
Ride on the wave of success.
again, we have the same order for this division, which
Christ.
is actually pretty crazy.
She's
but,
just weird.
Nashville these two teams are definitely going to battle for the win or for that division, but I just, all in all, I think the Jets are just an overall better team. They're younger, they're faster. Goaltending was insane this year for them. And they're only going to be better with another full season together with each other. So Patrick Laine, Blake Wheeler, I mean, these guys are no joke, so.
By the way, I just have to rip the NHL here. The fucking division setup makes no sense. The geography makes no sense. In the Pacific Division, you have fucking Calgary, and Edmonton. Why the fuck are they in that division?
They're more
please
central
explain
than
that.
anything.
Yeah, explain that one to me.
Yeah, but
that makes no sense.
Compared to
you're the
like-
closest to the Pacific
They-
than the other teams.
They are, but it's just like, you have one division that's going to be one team less. Wouldn't you want it to be the Pacific, especially if you were considering Seattle?
they took Detroit out of the West as well, which should be in the Central Division in the
Technically, yes. Yes. If anything, it should have been really Nashville that was put into the East.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably would have wound up in the Atlantic, which, wow, if they were in the Atlantic, oh my God, Tampa would have the worst time in the world having to deal with them.
That would be pretty damn tough. But who would they take out of the Atlantic? That doesn't make sense. They're Montreal.
No.
Taken out. Never mind. Flip-flop.
Because it would have been back in the
Detroit.
day,
my bad.
Winnipeg would have gone to the West,
Yep.
and then Nashville would have been put in the
Yeah.
East, and then Detroit would have stayed out West.
Yeah, true. That's.
Jumping back to the standings real quick. 1-2 is pretty clear.
Oh, yeah.
Winnipeg,
Oh, yeah,
Nashville.
yeah.
It's Winnipeg, Nashville.
No
we
question.
know what we're getting from Nashville.
Yes.
We know what they are. We know what they can do. And Peter Laviolette is
He's a hell
going to
of a
make
coach.
sure it happens.
I mean, the clock is ticking on Nashville. It's not late, but it's
Big question would be that way for you guys, I believe.
something like that.
We'll see how it goes on there.
Pecorine.
Yeah.
Yes.
When is his age going to step in?
Set in, yep.
That's like I said, clock is ticking. So the real question is like how long until it, strikes midnight and that team is no longer capable of competing.
I still think, they'll be fine. Obviously, they're a top 2 team in this division without a doubt, no matter how it goes for them, know. But I mean.
And even with Winnipeg, Winnipeg showing what they've done in the last few years in building, the thing that I love about this team is the 2 contracts that they extended this offseason. And Blake Wheeler, showing how big that he is to this team, and Connor Hellebuck, who got an even bigger contract than Wheeler, but also had, the most wins by any goalie in the NHL?
A U.S.-born goalie, too, in the history of the NHL.
And then they went ahead and they traded for Nick Kerdiles from Anaheim, who is a solid role player on the 3rd or 4th line that's going to help bring things together in the depth. The loss of Mason is going to basically ensure Hellebuck that, listen, this is your team.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody else that's going to step in. You're going to start 40 to 50 games, 60, maybe even 60 games.
Probably more towards 60, definitely.
And they only allowed 218 goals last year. So that defense was
good,
huge in front of Hellebuck.
Good, yes.
I think they only got better.
Oh yeah, they absolutely got better on the and that alone is going to tell them that the Central Division's theirs. Now the only thing they have to worry about is don't win the President's Trophy. That's the one thing they got to be careful of.
We don't want to see them do that.
If they can avoid
Maybe
that,
you do.
Since they are in the West, you might not want them to get very far.
It doesn't matter to me right now.
Yeah.
But with that, avoid the President's Trophy at all costs, and you should be fine. Let Tampa Bay take it, and then Tampa get themselves eliminated in the semifinals like fucking morons. But anyway. What?
I just don't like the way the West is shaping out right now.
The West is getting strong.
And I'm gonna tell you why right now. Actually, give me a second.
Oh, yes, because there is actual news to talk about besides us breaking down the Central Division. And there were actual signings. There was trades. There was shit going on.
Players added to Pacific Division teams.
Oh, boy.
Not by Edmonton. Noah Hannafin and Elias Lindholm going to Calgary. Max Pacioretty, Paul Stastny going to Vegas. James Neal going to Calgary. Going from Vegas to Calgary so he doesn't leave. Alex Galchenyuk being added to Arizona. Ilya Kovalchuk going to L.A. And as of, 2:30 this afternoon, Eric goddamn Carlson going to San Jose.
Joining the Finns.
Wow. That's a lot of big names there, buddy.
Yeah.
And who did Anaheim pick up?
Luke Shen.
You can't even not laugh. Oh, man.
Can I turn this chair around? Is that possible?
Hey, listen.
Holy shit.
I know your pain, dude. I got suckered into that bullshit, too. But we did get James Van Riemsdyk back. So
yeah, I mean,
we kind of made up for that.
That is huge for you guys. I mean, you have another pure goal scorer on that team.
Oh, thank God. Because you know what? If we had never actually gotten James Van Riemsdyk back, it probably would have been one of those things where it's just like, you know what? One of the many things we could hang Paul Holmgren for off of one of the fucking bridges would have been that trade. But since we got him back, it's like, all right, we can actually say that one's not as bad as it could have been.
Adrian Barrett says someone may have to check in on Brian tomorrow to make sure he's okay. Most definitely, I'll be sending you a text tomorrow morning.
I may or may not answer.
I probably won't. No.
Meanwhile, Roska chimed in. Carlson to the Sharks. We know. And let's go.
Thanks, Roska.
Let's go, Ducks. It's all about Anaheim.
Not anymore. It's not.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
I'm looking at the roster for the Ducks. And, I mean, there's some good names on here. I did like the 5-year extension given to Adam Henrique.
Yes.
You're going to get Patrick Eaves back this year.
You are.
But we're probably going to lose Ryan Kessler.
Who hasn't done anything in
Yeah.
a couple seasons
Honestly.
His physical presence is enough.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? He could be a physical practice pack on Vancouver, and that still will be probably as relevant.
Max Jones will probably make the roster this year, so I'm not worried about offense there. Rick Rack will be back.
Rick Rack. That's a great name.
Troy Terry is probably going to make the squad too, so there's some offense there. So, I mean, we're going to get younger, which means we're going to take a step or two back. And these other teams that are just bringing in guys like Max Pacioretty and Eric Carlson and Alex Galchenyuk, like,
That's tough.
why not us?
That is tough.
That's what I want to know. Why not us? It just makes God, he's going to make me cry tonight.
So, folks, we are now dearly beloved. We are gathered here today
There's no dearly
to
beloved.
wish in memoriam and to give our final thoughts and prayers to what was the run of the late and great Anaheim Ducks.
We will take a moment of silence.
We will take a moment of silence and toll the bell 20 times. We thank you for that moment of silence here on ATDRadio.com. All good things got to come to an end. The Ducks gave us many great moments.
You know what the funniest part is? They're gonna win this fucking division this year. They're like, what?
They gave us many great moments, like getting to the Western Conference Finals and losing in Game 7 to the Chicago Blackhawks. Getting to the Western Conference Finals another year, losing again. Getting to the semifinals and losing to the Los Angeles Kings. But winning several division titles along the way.
Hey,
Somebody may want. Hey, listen.
we're
If
definitely gonna need to call Brian tomorrow morning.
If your brakes don't work later tonight, don't ask any questions.
Well,
I don't know
we're
if we'll
walking
be,
out the same door, so I'm gonna see what you're doing.
We won't be alive if that's the case. I don't think there'd be any questions asked.
Yeah, somebody's gonna want to check on me tomorrow.
But you know what? Like we
What
said.
did you look up, Brodo, for this song?
Oh, it was already in the playlist.
Ah! See, but Brodo's
This isn't
ready.
the first time we've played this song.
Yeah, this is
No,
the
it
first.
wasn't actually.
Oh.
It was actually because you weren't here one week.
Oh.
And a lot of Penguins didn't feel loved. So we had to
So-
put in memoriam of that.
Thank you.
So,
I
yes.
think when I did to find it, I think I just searched John Mayer non-copyright. And lo and behold, we found this.
Yes. I love
Uh,
it. This is good. We're gonna definitely come back to this.
Yes, absolutely.
Weekly.
With in our hopes and prayers, thoughts and prayers, and condolences out to
Whenever
Anaheim.
Brian mentions the Ducks, that's my cue.
Yes, from this moment forward.
We'll get you up from your nap over there.
You see me just spring up. You knew I was doing something.
Yeah. Yes. So, with that, it is our prediction for the Central Division. We've gone through the signings of the NHL. It's looking quite interesting right now between the West and the East at this moment in time.
I can't wait to get to our divisions.
Is it too late to sign Paul Correa?
No, it's not, actually.
I mean,
Feel free to.
Can he be another Yager?
Timu, come back. Timu.
Hey, there you go. Hey, maybe you could sign Yager. I know he said he retired from NHL play, but that doesn't mean anything.
Oh, that don't mean nothing.
Yeah. He's the ageless wonder.
The
for
last
God's
thing,
sakes.
listen, the last thing we need is a player who's like 48 years old sleeping with 18-year-olds.
Hey,
That's the last
listen,
thing we need
though.
going around Southern California.
That's a legend.
Dude,
He is a legend.
that
But it's
man-
a distraction in the locker room.
Oh, come on. No, it's not. Hell, he might be able to get girls for everybody, even if the guys are married. It's like, hey, man.
just saying, most of them are married.
No, but listen, what happens in the locker room stays in the locker room. What happens in Anaheim stays in Anaheim.
Hey, listen, if I'm anybody right now, I want to be Nick Kerdiles, who, yes, he's not an Anaheim Duck, but he's dating the hot chick from Chris Lee Knows Best. What's her name? Savannah?
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
he's dating his daughter?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, my God.
That's a
hilarious.
weird dynamic.
Yeah, that really is.
Hey, I'll take it. She's 21. She's hot.
She's
Nobody's arguing that.
fucking airhead.
I don't
You
care.
ever watch that show? Jesus Christ.
I tragically have
well.
seen glimpses of that show. And
I
yes,
have
you are
not.
correct.
But it's also a show. You really think she's that dumb?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you?
Bri.
I mean, I work with some dumb
She
people,
is a
so it's
blonde.
possible.
Yeah, I mean, let's
What are
be
you trying
honest.
to say?
Hey, listen. That only counts for women, not men.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have my moments.
Like the Montreal.
She is out there,
Do
man.
we need to bring up the Montreal incident again?
Let's not. Let's let that die.
That'd be the whole new version of the Montreal Screwjob.
Listen, let's let that die. Let it die. It happened. It's over.
Oh,
Let's move
come on. You can't let things die easy here. It's A2D, and it's Philadelphia.
Resurrected.
Yeah, things die hard here. Like, bitter memories that you drink away because, unfortunately.
1997.
Yeah, no, mine's 2010, but good guess. Anyway.
Whatever.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Why are you getting
This dude's just
It's
looking.
the off-track music.
No, this dude's laughing because he doesn't want to chime in. It's just like, yeah, I got no bitter memories. Too,
No, well, I mean, we
fucking
lost to
drink
the Stanley
away.
Cup champions in the playoffs.
No,
so.
that still doesn't fucking count because you won 2 in a fucking row. Seriously. What bitter memory is that? Seriously.
It is sad.
And you haven't ran into any Capitals fans, so be happy.
I know of 1,
Haven't.
3, 5, 7. I know 7.
You know 7 Capitals
I
fans.
actually
Yes, I do.
Don't
Holy
know
shit.
any.
I know none.
They're all one family.
Oh,
Well, that
explains-
doesn't count.
okay.
They just count as one.
No,
count
it
as
doesn't count. They're individuals.
It's like the electoral college in
Yeah.
freaking politics. They don't count as one vote, damn it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who got the popular
It doesn't.
one.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it doesn't. Their population, whatever.
Yeah,
it all
it doesn't
counts as
matter.
one vote.
Seriously.
You don't live in the same house, so it doesn't matter. It does matter.
Still counts as one household.
This music totally fits our new seating arrangement here.
It does, actually. I feel like we should have wine glasses instead of water bottles here with questionable alcoholic drinks in them.
Alfred, where's my brandy?
And some cigars on top of it. That's what we need
Ooh,
around
yeah.
here. That's what we need.
I like the cigars.
Yeah. Bring Brodo in, too, on the festivities.
Of course it decides to work now. We're through the segment.
Ah,
Ah.
there we go.
Hey, you know what? Let's give it up for it. There we go. That's a good
Son
iPad
of a
right there.
Bitch, I'm having a bad day.
Between the Carlson news and this shit, good God
And
almighty.
then fucking Sagan.
Oh, yeah,
Jesus
and Sagan.
Christ.
Pretty nice extension there, though.
Yeah, I give him
$9
that
mil
one.
a year for 8 years.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Absolutely.
How happy do you
Guys,
think
Fuck.
Matt?
Give me like a
A season's
like a-
worth of his payroll, I'll be fine.
give me a week's worth of his pay.
You will never see
Yeah.
me again. Let me tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I will
about
be
right.
living in an undisclosed location. I will not want the government to touch any of that shit on top of it.
Hey, there we go. Not that it's gonna make
Hey.
a difference now.
All right, our show's over. No.
Yeah.
See y'all next week.
Just as it starts working,
Yep.
we go off the air. But yeah, how happy do you think Max Pacioretty is? Knowing the fact he's leaving the scum city of Montreal.
And going to the scum city of Las Vegas.
Hey, but listen, Sin City is a mighty fine place to play some hockey nowadays.
Yeah, well, he went from
Coming from the guy who was
probably the worst
doubting
team
it
in the
last
Atlantic
year.
this
I was
season.
I'm doubting the fan base and the team's longevity. I wasn't doubting the team itself. I was waiting to see how the team was going to play.
He went from worst to first. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously.
because I mean, straight up, I didn't get to talk about the Atlantic, but I think they're the worst team this season in the Atlantic.
I think
Division.
we both agreed on that.
Yeah, pretty
Montreal,
much.
they're
Actually, well, since you did miss that, why don't you just run through your Atlantic Division since, quite
Oh,
frankly, we
man.
have some time to kill here on the air.
Let me
It's
just,
not like there's anything else pressing currently right now.
Where's
let me just
Alfred with
pull
my
up
brandy?
that division real quick. Well, actually, there's going to be a tight battle for worst with Ottawa making all these moves now, shipping out all their best players. So
Hey, man, that's a quite coveted prize to last
Um,
place in the Atlantic Division nowadays, man.
yeah, oh man, I might. Okay, I'm still going to go Montreal as my worst team here.
Bottom feeding.
Actually, I lied. I didn't make Montreal last. Ottawa was last for me.
Ottawa, didn't you put Montreal a little higher? You put them at 7. Yeah,
7.
that's right. That's what
It's
I
a
thought.
very close last place, I can tell you that. So I'm still going to, since I already said it, I will
glad I
stay
looked that up.
with Montreal as my worst team in the Atlantic. So I'll go Montreal 8th. I will go Ottawa 7, Buffalo 6, and then Detroit 5. And I think it's going to finish out the rest of the way like it did last season, from actually 5-1, with Detroit 5, Florida 4, Toronto. Toronto, I'm going to put as 2 with Johnny T going there.
Okay.
I'm going to have Boston 3, and I think Tampa Bay is just too damn strong, which might hurt them, but
The only thing I disagree with you is I actually don't think Boston wins a spot in the division. I think Florida actually takes third place.
I think Buffalo's in 5th.
I have Buffalo 5th.
And
Yeah.
Buffalo I actually had going a little
Well,
higher, too.
Yeah. I mean, other than losing O'Reilly this season, I mean, they did get some pieces back in that trade.
They did.
Which works out both ways because you got more pieces for one guy. So
Yeah, but
So let's recap.
Yeah, all
Just
right.
from last week, real quick.
Honestly, I deleted mine, so feel free.
For me, I wrote Buffalo in 5th place for these reasons. They completely overhauled their roster.
They did.
They brought in a lot of veteran leadership. They brought in Patrick Berglund,
big.
Jason Pominville, Jeff Skinner, Vladdy Zaboka, Marco Scandella on the defensive side.
Wow, I forgot Skinner went there.
Yes,
Yep.
he did.
That helps them a lot more. They might be better than Detroit this year.
That's what I'm
That's,
saying.
that's exactly
So-
why I had Buffalo higher than them.
Oh, wait, I had them at
Goaltending
6.
is,
but
goaltending
yeah,
is the
okay.
issue.
It is, but you know what? I think they had enough to make
Well-
up for it. For now, they do.
Well, they have Ristolainen.
They do have Ristolainen.
Drafting Dahlin.
Yep.
Um,
Rasmus Dahlin.
They still have Jack Eichel, obviously.
Jack Eichel is, a good player. I mean, we talked about
And
him
that's-
probably right now paying too much for him for his production.
And one of the things that
But-
Buffalo's been missing is they have a lot of really good young talent, but no veteran leadership to
Yeah.
show for it. They went out and that's what they did.
Some
That's
of those
exactly what they did.
names are
Patrick
gonna help.
Berglund's a great leader.
Yeah,
He is.
Jason
crazy.
Pominville was a captain in Buffalo
Of
for how
Buffalo,
long?
Yeah.
Before getting shipped off to Minnesota?
He was their captain when he was the young buck back when they were still wearing the black and red and silver before they just made that switch
I
back
miss those
over.
jerseys.
I am going to
They
keep
were better in
Buffalo
this
at
jersey.
6. I think I have a little bit more faith in Jimmy Howard
Yeah.
than
That's interesting.
as
Okay.
a true goaltender over Robin Lehner.
I mean,
So,
I understand that point.
They're going to be very close. I think it's going to be by 1 point, 1 or 2 points, I will say. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with that. I think. Nah. Okay, Buffalo
Nah.
5, Detroit 6. I can't say it with the truth.
You can't
face.
justify Detroit right
I
now.
can't.
Fucking thing over.
You can't justify Detroit right
Okay.
now because outside of
No.
Dylan Larkin, where are they going to go offensively?
Nothing.
And they're gonna shut- they're gonna-
I said that earlier.
I can't. No.
I think I put them in 7th, actually, oddly enough, because I had them not doing all that well at all
No.
this year.
I originally had them in 5th, and I had Buffalo in 6th, and then I'm like, wait a second, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to put Buffalo in 5th, and Detroit's going to go in 6th, because I can't think of any reason why Detroit's going to be better
Yeah.
than Buffalo.
Oh,
I mean, just
you know what?
Just those names that you listed right there are a big reason why.
I
have them.
remember what
Especially
I
Jeff
did.
Skinner.
I remember now. I put Ottawa last. I put Detroit right after them, and I actually put Montreal ahead of both of them, only because of Carey
Carey
Price,
Price,
and that's
yeah.
the only reason why. Now that they've lost Max Pacioretty, though, it's almost like you could debate that could be swapped now, but you know this was before Max Pacioretty took
Yeah.
his ball and went to Vegas. But anyway, all right, so I believe it is time for us to say adieu to Facebook, and we will be returning on the YouTube. But before then, we will let you know about Gibson Mayer LLC, your certified public accountants located at 301 Oxford Valley Road in Yardley, PA. You give them a call, 215-369-3300. Taxes are a bitch, so do yourself a favor. Get yourself an accountant, especially if you're a business or you have a lot of money, especially if you want to put a little off the books. No, I'm joking. I'm seriously joking about that. Don't do that.
Uncle Sam will catch you.
They will, but don't get caught in the middle of tax season or at the end of tax season needing to file an extension. Be ready, be prepared, and call Gibson Mayer. This is the Hockey Happy Hour on HTDRadio.com. If you joined us on Facebook, thank you very much. There will be a link in the comments for you to click on to join us on YouTube for the other side. If you're on YouTube, do not go anywhere. We will be right back right after this. Welcome back, one and all, to the Hockey Happy Hour. We are live from the Real Talk Studios here in Manny from New Jersey. I am Matt Sassuti. This is Brian the Darkwing Daily. This is the Penguin Lover, Michael Klankoff.
Hi.
And behind the board is Mr. Ryan Brodo.
Hello?
And
We gotta give him a nickname.
I don't even know if... No, we don't want to open up that can of worms.
All right.
No, we do not because of Chrome. No. Anyway.
Oh God.
Before we have another J-Bo incident that rolls up around here. For all those who know A2D lore, if not, feel free to look back on an early Fix episode. You'll understand why.
I love Jay. J-Bo, not so much.
Oh, all right. So, this segment for the Hockey Happy Hour is brought to you by Sports Outlet. For all your sporting needs, located at 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030. Email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com. All right, so, before we dive into Carlson, I almost forgot. There's pleasant news. Andrew McDonald is going to miss the start of the regular fucking season. Yes! Thank you. There is a God. That piece of shit isn't going to be here for the first 3 weeks of the fucking season. Oh, my God, yes.
Damn it.
Oh,
I don't
listen,
know. I don't even know if we play you the first 3 weeks. So.
I don't think we face you guys later on.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's such a relief, though. My
What a relief
God,
it
what a
is.
piece of shit he is. It's sad that the defensive captain of my team, I have to be happy that he
That he's
is
not
not available to play and that he's not even going to be a healthy scratch. He's just on the injury list. I'm like, thank God. Thank you. Thank you so much. Can you do me a favor? Could it be possible that there could be a mishap where he has to be out for the rest of the season? Like, it possible, if at all, so that way we can have at least 1 year where mediocrity is not the standard and the measuring stick of our fucking division or our fucking defense. Please.
December
please.
1st, by the way. Our first head-to-head.
Yeah, that's a little late into the season. That's going to be an interesting day. Christmas will come early for one of us.
Damn, man, we start the season with the Capitals? Come on.
You know,
Come on.
and like,
Got
you know,
Detroit first. Hey
is it-
yo.
okay, this is kind of weird because you know who we start the season off with? Vegas. What the fuck we face?
Yeah,
we have the two different ends of the fucking Stanley Cup final. What the fuck is this?
Wait, October 13th is the first home game.
No. We start on the road.
Right.
We face Vegas out
First-
there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and then we have, I think, one more road game. We come back for our first home game, and then Vegas comes in for our first home game.
Yeah,
so legitimately, we just get this shit out of the way with Vegas
I'm
immediately.
probably going to be at that game, to be honest with you. If anybody wants to come out and say hi, say what's up, why the hell are you in the Philadelphia arena? You know, whatever.
If James Wilder happens to have come down from
I'll,
the Great White North.
I'll remind people. But real quick, before we jump into Eric Carlson, I think there's another major trade that happened a few days ago that we should touch base on.
Yes.
Sure.
And that's Max Pacioretty being traded to the Vegas Golden
time.
Knights.
Yes.
In return, Montreal is going to get Thomas Tatar,
Tatar.
Nick Suzuki, and a 2019 second-round pick. I think it's a decent return.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, that's
I
not
mean,
bad.
I still think Vegas won that trade.
No, absolutely.
But,
Anytime you get Max Pacioretty, it's a win.
Big time.
They
Went
were
on
going
to
to win
sign-
that trade no matter
Yeah.
what.
Oh yeah. Went on to sign a 4-year contract worth roughly what was it
28 million.
just shy of 7 mil a year cap hit.
That's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
No.
Reasonable for him. I thought he was going to get more than that.
I thought so
Yeah,
too.
4-year, 28 million.
Man, I think Vegas got him for a steal, really.
7 on the dot.
Yeah, that's a good steal for them. And you're going to get good production out of him on
Absolutely.
already a dangerously offensive team.
James, who did James Neal? James who?
Yeah. Well, James
Essentially-
Neal, essentially, he didn't do shit, really. He was just there.
30 goals.
Did he?
Yeah,
Pretty sure. I don't even
he
think
had a pretty good year.
I don't think he scored that
Bruce
much.
is very quiet. I'll find out for sure.
yeah,
but
I actually don't remember.
I mean,
seeing him.
Pacioretty's obviously going to be that
I mean, Matt Cook
replacement on
didn't
the
do
first.
shit, but that's a different story. Oh, he's a piece of shit. But anyway, that's a different story. Oh,
Whoops, I don't want to. I don't know. Do I want? No, I want to go here. I want to go to Calgary, not Vegas, because he's not there anymore. But Pacioretty's taking that first line right wing spot.
He had 25. He had 19 assists. He only had 44 points.
That's still good for him, though.
James Neal?
Yeah.
He's used to scoring 40 goals a whole year. That's
Played 71 games.
yeah. Okay.
Missed some time.
Okay. It's still not great.
You're just trying to undercut it. It's like, you shouldn't have left the Penguins, you motherfucker.
He had 1 year. He had 1 year where he scored 40. He's right where he usually is.
Oh, okay.
Last year.
Was that a year he
But
was on the
point-wise-
Penguins when he scored that 40?
Yeah, it was actually.
Okay, so that would explain a lot.
Well, otherwise, he started his career in Dallas. 24-27. And then he had that first 20-game stint in Pittsburgh where he scored a goal, went back to Dallas. Reverse that. Started in Dallas, got traded to Pittsburgh, had 22 goals that season. 40 the next year. 21 the year after that, 27, 23, 31, 23, 25. So he's right around his average. He just had that one monster year, probably because he was playing with Crosby.
Yeah, well, I think he had like 25 power play goals that season. So,
And he's
Probably
probably
did.
playing with Crosby on that
well,
line.
I mean, we had a perfect, Crosby takes the face off, and he was right there for the shot. I mean, it's perfect setup.
Yep, that's what
It's
it
what the
was.
Flyers kind of do a little bit with Giroux, and it's what
Yeah.
the Capitals do with Ovechkin. It's a thing that works.
Put the guys you need that's going to get you goals and
Sit
put them
them at
around
the
your
top of the
captain.
circle, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're going to do. I mean, that's going to be a great deal for Vegas. It's probably going to pay dividends for them. I still don't see them doing what they did last year. I don't think they win the division, but they're definitely going to make the playoffs.
No,
I think they
considering-
absolutely win
Yeah.
the division.
I don't think they will. I think they might be in for a small letdown, and that will be they don't get the division by a small smidge. I think another team steps up and takes it from them, but they still make the playoffs at the end of the day.
No,
I
absolutely.
think that's what will happen.
They're 100% still.
They're
They're top two.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
it
If
could
they're
go,
not number one, they're number two.
it could go either way with San Jose. Obviously, with the other trade that we're
No,
going
man,
to head
it's
into.
all about Ilya Kovalchuk in Los Angeles, baby. We all know what's going to happen. They're going to add a third cup to that motherfucker. No. I'm sorry, I couldn't say that with a straight face.
Nah.
Anyway.
No.
yeah.
Vegas is a team to beat in the Pacific.
Yeah.
Hands
yeah.
down.
Yeah.
They are, but
Yeah.
again, though, I still think like I said, I think it's a small letdown. I don't think it's anything spectacular, but I don't think they get a
Well,
second straight division. I
yeah.
think someone steals it from them as their letdown. I still think they make the playoffs, and they still do something big there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean,
Man.
We'll go more in depth next week when we
Yeah,
talk
we'll
about
talk about that later. But in a trade-off, though, I'd rather have a letdown of not winning a division title. In exchange, I make a splash in the playoffs. I would rather take that trade any day of the week.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, adding Pacioretty did wonders for that offense. That
It
was
did.
already good.
Mm-hmm.
They just got better.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, now to the headliner of the day.
The man, the myth, the legend. The one we thought would never land on a fucking team as it was going along.
Why couldn't
Yeah.
he be on the goddamn East Coast?
There was debate, but it didn't happen.
The Devils were actually pushing strong. Before.
Oh, thank God.
Can you
Woo!
imagine?
Oh, thank the Lord.
Yeah.
You'd be in my position.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would
Oh
be.
my
And you know what? I'm very,
God.
very happy it's the other way around.
Yes.
Sorry, Brian.
Yes, because can
But-
you imagine if the Devils added
Christ,
him to
no.
that
No,
defense?
because you wouldn't like that either, and you know it. You would hate it
Absolutely
too.
not. Are you
No.
kidding me to have to play him 4 times a season?
Yeah, absolutely
Oh, my
not.
God.
Christ, and the fact that I fucking hate their goddamn guts, I would hate it
the
even
fact
more.
that we went 1-3 against the Devils last year already to begin with, and then to add him.
I think the Flyers. I think we went 2-2, but I think we did it by sheer fucking dumb luck. We
Yeah.
managed to get 2-2 with them.
I
but
mean,
that
it-
was
I'm not
it.
looking forward to facing him 6 times. I'm not even looking forward to face freaking Pacioretty in the Knights 6 times. But the actual trade that went down, San Jose Sharks have acquired Erik Karlsson and Francois Perron from the Ottawa Senators in exchange for forwards Chris Tierney, prospects Rudolph Balchers and Josh Norris, and NHL-ready defenseman Dylan DeMello. They also received a 2019 second-round pick and the conditional 2020 first-round pick.
Do they know what the conditions are?
One of the conditions, I don't know what it's for. If the Sharks re-signed Carlson at the end of the year, by the end of the year, who's on the last year of his contract, Senators will receive a 2021 second-round pick.
Wow. Well, considering
It's another conditional 2021 second-round pick.
Considering what they gave up already, I mean, I think they're going to give that up too. I mean, you have to sign him for what you just gave up. I don't think Carlson could be a rental at that point.
No.
So-
You don't want him to be a rental. Not if you're giving up.
That's a lot for one season. That's I mean, a first-round pick, a second-round pick.
For a team that's
and
rebuilding?
what? Not the Sharks.
No, for Ottawa.
I'm saying the Sharks though on their end. I said that's a lot for them to give up just to be a rental.
You don't want to get fleeced at the end of the day.
No, but you're not. You make that trade because you're trying to win a cup now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, and
absolutely.
it helps them a lot.
You get a full season with them under your belt. You win, cool. If not, you try and re-sign him, and if you can't re-sign him, you let him walk.
You have to re-sign him.
I don't know. I'm
going to wake up tomorrow morning, and I'm going to freaking see Erik Karlsson sign massive 23-year contract extension. Like, what?
Kovalchuk contract.
But he doesn't finish it out. After his third year and the Sharks still haven't won a cup, he leaves to go play in Russia, and then he comes back to go to Los Angeles.
23-year contract extension. He's going to be like 50 by the time it's over.
Well, wherever he signs, I guarantee you he will get a 7-year contract worth probably $9 million.
He's easily going to get $9-10 million a year.
I will say this, though. I think he'll probably get extended before the year is out. If he's already playing up to snuff, which he most likely will, they'll probably extend him early and just get it out of the way.
Yep.
It's done. We don't have to worry about it in the off season, and keep him for that a length of time. And even more of a pleasant reason to say the fucking Devils didn't get him. But anyway.
If he re-signs a long-term deal with the Sharks, I will cry because they already have freaking Brent Burns on the other side.
Yes, they do.
Two of the best offensive defensemen in the league.
And
they will both be on the power play, but they can't be paired together regularly.
It's just
I
unfair.
think you spread that out.
Yeah, but they have good stay-at-home defensemen already.
I mean,
on
Mark
the
Edward
Sharks.
Vlasic.
Yeah, so it's not
I
that
swear
big
to
of a
God,
worry.
I swear to God, some of these teams, I swear they're playing EA NHL 18, NHL 19, whatever the fuck it is.
And suspending the cap.
It is ridiculous. Oh, man.
You're just
Our big move, Adam Henrique, which is a good move. I
No.
love the idea they re-signed him to
No.
a 5-year deal, so we got him for 6 more years.
No, it's Luke Shan.
It's a great move.
It's Luke Shan. We all know it is.
We all know it is,
Yeah.
dude. Come on.
I mean, it's like Nashville's
Don't
biggest,
hide that.
It's Nashville's biggest signing is Zach Ronaldo. So,
Zach Ronaldo, yeah, what a scum.
he's just like so bad. He's just like so pissed off. He's crapping all of the sweets because he's so upset. Are you
Oh,
gonna-
look, it's
You think I
Sharks.
could choke
No,
up?
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
They're
nothing to
Swedish
do with that.
fish. Relax. It's Carlson's homeland.
I see what you did there.
Actually, it is.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes
Oh,
you
so
feel
it's meant to be.
I mean, the Swedish
Eat
fish,
it.
They speak
No.
they speak his Swedish tongue. So,
They are the best.
I don't like hockey anymore.
oh come on.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
That's a damn
Yeah,
lie.
he's like, yeah, that's a,
Yeah.
that's a
a
pretty
damn
big
lie.
lie. It was a lie.
That'd
As
be
soon as
like-
you said it.
That'd be like right now if Brodo said he didn't like golf because Tiger Woods won a freaking championship.
Ooh.
Brodo's just like, God damn it. Like, I did it again.
Mm.
Why do I subject myself to this fucking fiasco every goddamn week? And he's upset about something. It must be something to do with fantasy football. Heck yeah. Oh, man. So how's everything going out there for you there, Mikey, on your fantasy football world? You doing well?
Yeah, well, no.
No.
Well, it's because I'm playing two guys that have AJ Green, so obviously he tore it up tonight.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, and they're about to kick another field goal, and I have Baltimore's defense that just let up 30.
Dave Roscoe just said, I'm upset to Brain. I think he means Brian.
Brian?
But
Why? What'd I do?
Brain.
Why is he upset with me?
you know what you did.
What'd I do? Dave, what'd I do? Hey, what are you upset with
Maybe
me for?
maybe he's upset for you.
He's obsessed.
What?
He's obsessed with Brian.
Maybe he's upset
You
for
were the
you.
first
He is, I mean.
one.
It's another Ducks fan. I mean,
Brian, is there something you would like to share?
No.
You're alluding to things.
Yes,
I'm
he
always
is.
alluding to something.
He's alluding
Good
to a
point.
lot of things, actually.
I don't want to talk about it.
They are off-season transactions that are not to be disclosed.
Pretty much. What the hell? Am I?
What happened?
Fuck, I'm playing AJ Green too.
yep.
Yeah.
That's life.
I'm playing against him and Javorius Allen, who just scored a touchdown.
This is the one time I'm happy. I'm the only guy who doesn't play fantasy football in this
Stay
room. So
away
I'm
from
not
it,
a
Matty.
Yes, it's like a drug.
I could never play fantasy football anyway because I
Well,
don't know shit about
The
football.
good news is
you don't need to auto pick. My friend scored 168 points on auto pick last week.
Yep. Then he got a win probably.
Yeah, he had the highest amount of points in the league last week.
Well, the good news is
Isn't
he's
that a
got 4
shame?
guys going right now, and you only put up 56 points, so that's a good thing.
4 guys. That's
4
that's
guys
pretty-
have been putting up 56.
That's a pretty good average.
Yeah, but I haven't had anybody yet to go. So if he's
True.
putting up 56 with only 4 people, I'll take it.
Get off of me. Damn fly.
Where the fuck? You just like whispering shit into the microphone.
Well, there's a fly. That's
Because
just
the fly can understand English,
Yeah.
right? Oh, he said,
It's
"Get off
flying
of
away.
me." Oh, I'm sorry. I'll go over here.
yeah. Well, he flew away.
He's flying. He's flying away. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this motherfucker.
Yeah, he's over
later.
here now.
It's Jabo the fly.
I'm gonna get him later.
He's come to give us the swine flu. But anyway.
Wow. Remember that?
Yeah,
remember,
back when that was
remember
a
Ebola?
big fucking thing. Oh, Ebola. Or what was it?
Wait, I zoomed out for a second. What the fuck did I just come
Yeah,
back
we
into?
took a big jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went from fantasy sports to talking about how flies have swine flu now.
Or the West Nile virus.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
What the fuck
Or
did I
Zika.
miss?
Or whatever
yeah,
the
remember
hell.
that stuff?
God, that was freaking crazy.
It was something with the government that was trying to hide something.
Actually, there was a
SARS.
prank we pulled on Brodo one time when he was doing a show.
What'd you do?
I don't know if he remembers it.
no, I
but
don't.
We'll
Here we go.
refresh the memory here.
Uh-huh.
And Frank Vespi on the show drew a fly, or no, I think I doodled a fly, and Frank put in a bubble, in a word bubble, saying, "Hi, I'm Jabo the Fly. I'm coming to give you Zika," and we tossed it to Brodo, and Brodo just looked at us like, "What the fuck?" And he just ripped it up right there on the air. And threw it.
Sounds like something I would do.
Absolutely.
I think that was the same show I thought you would be a gymnast in fucking Summer Olympics.
Oh, the Ali Raisman episode.
Yeah. That was a fun show. That was a fucking
I
fiasco.
remember it
that
well.
one.
Trip down
Oh.
memory lane.
Yeah.
Please feel free. Look it up. It's,
Good old
it's
3
it's
years
ba-
ago now, believe
yeah,
it or not.
3 years ago. But you know what? Look it up, man. That was a classic for the ages. That one was.
Everything we do is on YouTube.
Yes,
so
it
if you want
is.
to go watch any past episodes, subscribe to YouTube.
Still, I just got to find the one where Tom threw the headset at.
Oh, Christ,
Zach.
you're gonna go all the way back. Woo!
I remember
That
that.
one's not on
that-
anymore. That one's
No, it's long gone, but
Yeah.
that was one of the best.
Actually, there's something funny about that too. I
That
don't.
shit was so
Original.
funny. I
There-
remember watching it.
There was a production meeting.
Like,
actually.
what the fuck? What
Here-
just happened?
Here's something funny. There was a production meeting that happened like 2 or 3 weeks later, and Tom and Zach actually got into an argument about something.
square footage.
Yeah,
It was
and
square
it
footage. That was my first
right?
meeting.
Yeah,
That was my first
your
week.
first production meeting. And here's the funny part: he's freaking out. The rest of us are just sitting there on our phones, just like, yeah, this happens every fucking time the meeting
I
happens.
would say I was freaking out,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
had a lot of questions.
Yeah. But
Do I really want to
Yeah.
join these guys?
Here's the funny part, though. I don't think anyone noticed it, but Tom had a headset near him. Rob grabbed the headset and hit it because he was afraid that he'd throw it. I saw him do it out of the corner of my eye. I started laughing my ass off. It was great. Oh, man.
Good time.
The shit that happens off mic, man.
Yeah.
That was some interesting days.
That was almost 4 years ago.
Yeah, I
today.
know.
Jeez.
4 freaking years. Woo. Man, time fucking flew here.
Yeah, for real.
Look
Just
at
Like
us
that
now.
fly. Just like that freaking fly.
Yeah.
You know what's
Just-
funny?
And just like our time tonight.
Just about
Yeah.
all of us have been here for that amount of time.
Yeah.
I
All
know.
4 of us in this room.
That's crazy, man.
Yes, sir.
It's freaking crazy. That's right.
I mean, you guys got probably, 6 months on me?
yeah, but still.
About that.
Yeah.
Well, he has about 6 months on me.
Yeah.
And Clickoff, you have about like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I remember when we had the webcam and we used to put it up on that tripod over there and just pointed out, and we were in a basement.
What was the
We've come so
streaming
far.
platform? Ustream?
Ustream.
Yeah.
That's what we
That was the
used.
headset episode. It's on that.
It's on
Yeah.
there, yeah. Oh, my God.
maybe I don't
Before
remember that.
YouTube.
Yeah.
It was before YouTube.
It was crazy, man. That was and you know what they were arguing about? They were arguing about Dante
Yep.
Culpepper and Donovan McNabb.
Oh,
And
yeah.
That was what the problem was. And it was Zach had said something about Donovan puking a lot, and Tom had said, no, he only puked once. And then he said there's multiple documented cases of him puking on his shoes. I don't know if he was right or not, honestly, but all I know is that at some point it got so mad that Tom just threw the fucking headset and get the fuck out and walked. And
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck just
Good
happened?
times.
Even Zach and Frank just like, what the
Well, Frank
fuck?
got up.
Frank
He
just
left
left.
the
Yeah, he
show.
fucking left. He was like, I'm done. Like,
Sounds like something Frank would do.
oh, my God.
That was great. Good times.
Good times.
Man.
Just like this show. It was good to be back.
Yes,
great to
it
be
was
back.
good to be back.
Been a while.
Man, we should do more trips down memory lanes.
Get
you know,
the whole
and-
crew together.
Yeah, in wrestling they do shoot interviews. We should just do a shoot interview of what the fuck happened behind this mics half the fucking
On
time.
this day in A2D radio.
Because that shit's even funnier than what happens on the air, trust me. Oh, anyway, I could tell you 1,000 stories about high school sports. That was fun. But anyway,
Oh, God, the tent.
they had the 10 fiasco.
All right, I'm going to hit the bed now.
Yeah. Oh, before we go into all that, we'll save for those for future shows. But anyway, all right. So with all that, we thank you for joining us here on the Hockey Happy Hour. We'll be back next week. In the division that we will be covering, we will get to go to Brian's neck of the woods.
Yes.
And we will talk about the ever so fun and terribly popular now Pacific Division. And get used to that. We might see that a lot next week. And
You might see a lot of this wire going around my neck, too.
that will be next week, so tune in for that. But until then, I am Matt Satsuti. This is Brian the Darkwing Daily. This is the Penguin loving Mikey Clankoff.
Hi.
And behind the board was Mr. Ryan Brodo,
Goodbye.
who may be here next week
I shall.
doing the production. Yay! All this was brought to you by Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. We thank you all for joining us here on the Hockey Happy Hour. We will see you all next week right here on A2DRadio.com.